parts are starting to roll in. Brand new Civic bumper, so get that painted. And for that ugly wheel that I wasn't sure what I was going to do with. A brand new one. How about that? That's fun. Oh! We got the Honda back today. We got it back yesterday. Got the new bumper on. Got it painted. Looks great. Still gonna polish these headlights and clean them up a little bit. You see they're a little faded. So I'm gonna buff those. The rockers, he did something different on. I kind of like it. He did them with a like an undercoating rocker guard kind of shit. Black. Looks pretty decent on there. Got new tires here for the front and one new rim. Clean these ones up. This rim over here I'm replacing. You can see they have it all marked up, but yeah, this wasn't worth saving. It's gouged up real good, bent on the edges and stuff. There's the other rocker. And for the rest of the car, it's pretty decent shape. I still want to clean the interior. It's not real dirty, but I just gonna clean it up a little bit, make it a little nicer. I think the reason they totaled this is because it had a Planet Fitness sticker on it. Also had some Michigan stickers on it. That's probably why they totaled it. But the car needs cleaned outside real bad. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm working with right now. I did just clean the engine bay. I mean, no big deal, whatever. The floor pans in the rear on this side and that side were pushed up. So I pounded those down out. They're flat now, we're good. This thing had a lot of damage underneath. Some of the dents will be no problem, but I'll try to turn this camera up. So here you see it must have went up over something. This is dented, but it's solid. It's not going anywhere. This front core support, it's dented, but it didn't mess the radiator up or anything. But what happened over here was it busted the spot welds right here. So they had 2 spot welds. I put 3 self tappers in there to hold it up. All this does is hold your radiators and your condenser and stuff up, but it's solid now. There's some dents back in there. It's all patched up. I had a brake. This brake caliper was leaking right at the line fitting. Somebody had already replaced a lot of stuff over here. It's got a brand new control arm, a new shock, and it looks like they put a used hub on there and a new axle. And they probably had the brake off when they did it, or had to replace the brake line. But they didn't have the fitting tight enough up there. They didn't have that fitting tight enough where the brake line goes in, so I tightened it up and cleaned it off, and it's not leaking now. So we're gonna top it off with brake fluid. There's some some scrapes and stuff underneath here, but for the most part it's rust free, and none of the damage is relevant. I mean, the main rails are straight, so we're good under here now. Last order of business I gotta get fixed on this thing is it's giving me a check the fuel cap light. Oh wow, it's not a light, it just says check fuel cap. Fuel cap's tight, it's fine. So I am getting into the fuel pump because I have a suspicion that a line is busted or something on top. So it's in here under the back seat. That's where the gas tank's at, so I gotta get in there and see what's going on. Okay, so there's no issues in there, so I gotta put all this shit back together. Showed you that there was a crack in the canister. I used some 2-part epoxy and patched it. But I'm just assuming that the cracks on the bottom were the only ones in it. I gotta find my key. Where did I put the key? There it is. What it would do is in that little screen underneath the tach, after the fuel pump primed, it would say check fuel cap. So let's see. And it still does. So there must be more than one crack in it. Now that sucks. So I found the culprit. This evap canister here underneath. It wasn't up at the fuel tank, and I was under here and I just didn't notice it. But now that I'm down here and I look at it, this side of the canister, I wonder if I can focus in on it. It's cracked. There's a crack, it runs right up here. So your vent line from your gas tank runs in through this evap canister, and the vent line, it's getting air through here, so it's detecting that the fuel cap's loose when it's not. It's this canister. So I'm going to see if I can't patch that, since it's just a vent line. If I can't, I'll have to buy a new one. See what they are online, but I'm going to take care of this. I just wanted to show the difference in the headlights. I buffed one and not the other. I'm going to take care of that emissions thing later down at my dad's when I can get it in the garage. This is the one that I buffed. It's not perfect, but it's a lot clearer than it was. Here's the one I haven't done yet. You see how cloudy that is. You look at it from an angle, it's even worse. So I'm gonna buff this one now. A lot better. I didn't drive the whole car off, but I dried the headlights off just so it didn't, didn't think it was just the wet effect. Look how clear that thing is now. This one's not as good, but a lot better than it was. It was yellowish. You can see it's still got a little fade to it, but it ought to shine a lot better. I'll clean that anyway. So let's get the full effect. I gotta wash the car. Hasn't been washed yet. So I shortly noticed after I was looking around the Civic when I was cleaning it that it didn't have a passenger sun visor. So I did order a new one here. I'll put it in sometime. And I did send it to Bill Morgan's, and he put new tires on that new rim, which you can see it down there. It does look really good. I'll get shots of it later. But he couldn't align it because the inner tie rod was bent. So instead of ordering online and waiting for it, I'm going to Tyrone to go pick it up. Alright, so it's self-explanatory. I'm going to throw this on. You can see the rod's still there, but yeah, this is missing. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that. There's no need me videoing that. That's simple shit. Well, that was simple. Done. A brand new rim. But nice! Now I gotta get this inner tie rod on. Just had her up and got underneath, pulled the evap canister down out, and JB welded that canister back together where the crack was, and to make sure it's sealed really good. And I had to pull the battery cables off and let it reset. They said it would take a couple days to reset on its own. I'll show you. I did plug it back in. It seems that everything's good now. Fuel pump primes. No check fuel cap. How about that? Oh shit, now we got this. Mother. Thank God for the service manual. Had the code right in it. Let's get some rock. Oh, boo-hoo. Alright, that works. See, pull the service manual out, first page, boom. How about that? I don't have to worry about the radio now. Spared you that last bit, so I got it on there, and it looks fairly lined up, so I'm going to take it out to get in alignment.